happened? What happened is that I've always been someone who respected the arts. I have parents who both had great talent. My mother was a pianist and a vocalist, and my dad drew, and he was a wood carver, and neither of them had time to pursue those things because of the day-to-day grind. But they instilled in me a love for the arts, and when I got older, I was able, through different positions, to impact access to the arts. And I realized the more I opened the door for the arts, the more creative people who were exposed became. And children who might have been a little shy were able to, could open up. And adults who thought that they didn't have any talent finally found that they could sing, or that they could act, or they enjoyed playing drums. To see what was sparked in the lives of people, in their creativity, in their humanity, made me a great lover of the arts. And obviously, with a great organization like Arts Westchester, making sure that people understood the economic benefits, the social benefits, the societal benefits, was really, really a great partnership. And it's been wonderful, not only for me and for Arts Westchester, but for the county and the state. You know, I think that we believe that we are so different from one another. And we can maintain those differences if we work really hard at it. What I find when people are exposed to the arts, that so many times the guard comes down, the heart opens, and the communications begin. And sometimes it's just person to person, sometimes it's group to group, but when you can see what a melody can do to change people's outlook and people's communication, when you see what a great piece of art can do to stimulate conversation, when you see what dance can do to liberate the spirit and the body, when you see how people respond, you realize that you don't necessarily have to worry about the things that don't match up from person to person, because there's so much that we can share in enjoying the arts. I've seen, even in my own children, my son Kevin, who's an adult today doing very, very well, was a very shy child. But when I brought him to youth theater interactions and he had an opportunity to learn mime, he was able to express himself without words. But being able to express himself without words allowed him to be more comfortable in using them. It has been a wonderful exploration of human potential, and I really can't imagine a world without art. And certainly, again, an organization like Arts Westchester can't imagine it either, and it's found ways to touch so many people.
You know, go back to that imagine.
Well, there's no way I can imagine Westchester without the arts, because it is frankly become so much a part of what the quality of life of Westchester represents. Obviously, Westchester is bucolic, and it is beautiful, and it is multicultural, and it is economically viable. But the arts is interwoven in every aspect of Westchester life, so it could not possibly be Westchester without the arts.
You mentioned the word.
You know, I mean, we live very, very close to New York City, but obviously everything in New York City is not accessible to everyone. And the museums, the dance companies, the different opportunities people have in New York City are available right here in Westchester. There are so many venues where we are able to expose people to the arts, and growing every day. And certainly getting into schools, making sure that young people are exposed to the arts early, I think really has a positive impact on their education and on their intellectual and creative growth. So accessibility matters. I am looking forward to the day that every school child has a robust and rich exposure to the arts. Sometimes it feels like it's divided by zip code, what one gets and what one doesn't get. but I think that we all know that everyone who gets the arts gets something that will be a positive impact in their lives. So to the extent that we can make that happen, I think we must.
Good.
I mean, my work in government began in the city of Yonkers. I had no intention of going into government, and because of a confluence of circumstances, I found myself in the city of Yonkers, the director of community affairs, with the mission of bringing people together. It was right after desegregation in the city of Yonkers, and there was a need to say, we're here, we are going to continue to grow, and we want everybody to be part of that growth. So working with the arts community.
Sorry.
Sure.
Just turn it
One of the earliest things that Yonkers figured out is, as we were trying to revitalize, as we were trying to develop the waterfront, what we needed to do is to create reasons for people to come to the waterfront, to see what a beautiful place Yonkers is all over the city of Yonkers. And so we emphasized the arts. And my office was instrumental in creating a group of artists on Main Street. And we gave them, we gave them the space on Main Street so that they could become, they were already great artists, but they would become an organization. And that organization provided waterfront sculptures and provided an artistic space where there were buildings that were just kind of abandoned and waiting to be sold. So we understood that the arts was sort of that first step into revitalizing the area. We encouraged it, we funded it, we supported it, and anyone who goes to Yonkers now can see what an amazing job has happened. And it started, pretty much by the investment in the arts. I wish I had learned to play an instrument. I wish that when my mother sent me to ballet school and I enjoyed it so much I could have continued, but it was not to be. So my opportunity really has presented itself in being able to open doors to the arts, to make sure that funding happens, to make sure that people are aware of the resources in their own neighborhood, and to make sure that if there's any untapped talent, they don't just let it go to waste. But there's plenty of places that it can be encouraged, nurtured, and come to fulfillment. The advantage of Arts Westchester is that it takes a lot of the guesswork out of the program and the professionals, the artists, and what they're presenting, and puts it into a space and a place where people can compete, where people can offer the best they have, and the best they have is delivered to all of our communities. So it's a work that's so much appreciated and well worth the investment on every level of government.
So,
Well, I'm spoiled. Obviously there are arts councils, but from the time that I have been involved in Westchester, and as you know, I was a county legislator for a long time before I became a senator. And I think, again, the cohesiveness within this community of artists and the real power of this organization makes a statement that so many arts organizations around the state and frankly the country have not been able to make. And it's been able to draw the strings together again.
Say Arts Westchester, so I get a clip of
Arts Westchester
has able to bring the strings together.
Arts Westchester has been able to bring all of the elements that make this organization important. Well,
it's okay.
Arts Westchester has been able to really bring all of the different dynamics of the community together so that no matter what it is you're looking for in terms of the community and a community investment, you see a rate of return from the work that Arts Westchester does.